I'm going to talk about the different places you can go in Brazil. There are many. Like first of all, the Christ the Redeemer. Christ the Redeemer is a famous statue of Jesus Christ in Rio de Janeiro. Located at the peak of 700 meters, Corcovado mountain, it provides a sweeping panorama from the interior of Guanabara Bay to the north to Lagoa Rodrigo de Freitas to the south. Another is the Iguacu Falls. One of the great natural wonders, Iguacu Falls is situated on the border between Brazil and Argentina. Another one is Rio Carnival. There are carnival celebrations in virtually every corner of Brazil. The best known ones taking place in the Recife together with the neighboring Olinda and Salvador. But the biggest and most famous carnival is undoubtedly the Carnival in Rio de Janeiro. The Rio Carnival attracts 2 million people per day on the streets and almost 500,000 foreigners during its 4-day celebration. Another is the Fernando de Noronha. Fernando de Noronha is a beautiful archipelago with pristine beaches, landscape, and wildlife. And the Teatro Amazonas. Teatro Amazonas, or Amazon Theatre, is an opera house located in Manaus, in the heart of the Amazon rainforest. It was built during the heyday of rubber trade using materials from all over the world, with furniture from Paris, marble from Italy, and steel from England. I'm going to talk about the different ways to get around in Brazil. There can be by car, plane, bicycle, train, or intercity bus. I'm going to talk about 3. First, the domestic flights. The sheer size of Brazil means if you are on a short holiday, you'll have to either severely limit the scope of your trip or resign yourself to taking some internal flights. Unfortunately, even domestic flights in Brazil are quite expensive. If you plan to visit a number of different cities, an airplane is the most economical option. The country's biggest airlines, TAM and Gol, both offer these multi-trip tickets, each with their own string of conditions attached, so make sure to read the fine trip. Most notably, both are only available to non-residents and must be bought outside the country. To be eligible, you also have to have an international flight ticket into and out of Brazil, making it a thrifty but complicated option.
But if you're talking about Brazil, you cannot forget the soccer. Historic Maracanã is no wonder being one of the best stadiums in the world. Brazil exports a lot of players, among the most important ones, Roberto Carlos, Ronaldo, Romario, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, my favorite one, and Pelé, the best player in history. Brazil won 5 World Cups. For these reasons, Brazil is the best place to play soccer. In the food, Brazil is a good place. Carne de sol, this plate also called jaba, is dried meat that has been previously exposed to sunlight for at least 4 days. Because it requires a dry weather, this dish is most common in semi-arid areas of the northeastern Brazil, such as Bahia, Ceará, Maranhão, Paraíba, Piauí, Pernambuco, Rio Grande. It is estimated that the origins of this art of preparing meat dates back to prehistory, in particular the first indigenous communities in Brazil. Therefore, the process of salting meat and exposure to the sun was the most effective. In addition to meat of sun, 2 other salted meat dishes, beef, pork, and pork. Although the 3 dishes may seem the same, the difference between them lies in how they are prepared. Dried meat requires longer amounts of salt and longer exposure to the sun, while the pork is caught in a plastic packaging vacuum, so that requires a process of preparing more elaborated. Brazil is one of the most important countries in South America and is third behind tourism in Mexico and Argentina. Brazil is a fun country, can meet incredible rainforests of the Amazon, Belém, and Manaus are good places to start making a tour through the jungle. You can also swim in the amazing Cave do Blue Lake, a beautiful cave where the water turns a bright blue is even more beautiful in December. And if you have time, you can always swim in the Copacabana beach. There are many beaches in Brazil, but none as famous as this.